I just saw an interview with Anton, Daniel, and Stephen A. Smith. Now, my dogs are barking. Life is hard. I was going to say Anton Daniel became a hero when he went up against Corey Holcomb. I think he did an excellent job going up against the comedian Corey Holcomb. And now let's see what he does when he goes up against Stephen A. Smith, a man that works for the Democratic plantation, making sure the blacks stay in line. But let's take a look.
How would you describe yourself?
Just a few hours ago, I was alerted to this video with Anton Daniels and Stephen A. Smith. They did a collab post, which the video would show up on both of their platforms. And the name of the video was called Anton Daniels Dives into Politics, Culture, and Real Talk in America. I thought this was pretty interesting because our boy Anton, he's moving on up.
He's right, you know.
And Stephen A. Smith would start off by asking Anton Daniels an important question.
How would you describe yourself?
Now, I don't like the fact that Anton Daniels is trying to also say that he's not only married, but he gets other girls and his wife is okay with that. That doesn't make too much sense. Like, if you still want to get other girls, which is more have a headache, I don't know if your wife will stay with you.
Particularly in this day and age, are you a conservative? Or are you just a YouTuber? Are you a podcast? What would you say? What do you want the world to know you believe you are?
Anton Daniels couldn't wait to answer this.
I wouldn't define myself as a conservative first. I would define myself as a saint first.
A saint?
How can you be a saint? And like I said, he's married, but yet it's okay. He says it on video, looking at the camera. He says, my wife got to be okay with me seeing other women. And it's funny because his wife is sitting right next to him while he's saying it. So, a little bit hypocritical.
That's right. He would define himself as a saint. I thought that was pretty interesting, but there's more.
A saint is a person that believes every word in the word, right? We don't differentiate. We don't pick and choose which part of the Bible we believe. Even if I'm not perfect or I'm not doing everything right, I define myself by my belief in God. That's first, above all.
Now, guys, if you notice, this is the same strategy that Anton Daniels uses when he goes to prominent platforms, whether they be Fox News, it'd be Jason Whitlock. He will paint himself, first of all, as a Christian, because our guy, Anton Daniels, is a social engineer. He's not a cybersecurity threat of a social engineer, but his strategy is a little different. He's not trying to trick you out of your password or your work login. No, he's using leverage and social capital to make you follow him. Because remember, Anton Daniels being on Stephen A. Smith gives him credibility. Because to Stephen A.'s audience who don't know him, they will look at Anton Daniels as somebody who is legit. Even though I do not believe Anton Daniels is legit. So he's saying the right keywords. I'm Christian. He would say that I'm married. You know, I'm conservative. If you are somebody who doesn't know about Anton, these are some of the things that you want to hear. But wait, there's more.
And then more importantly, I'm a bag chaser. So I'm always going to do the thing that adds value into people's lives, and I expect to be fairly compensated as a result of it.
Now, he says he adds value into people's life. I want to get back into that. Number one, Anton Daniels talks about him being this Christian, this saint, following the word of God. We all know that that's crap because he's cheating on his wife. He's yelling and cursing at people. He's doxing people. Those are things that are
It almost feels like he's trying to find his route. Like which narrative gains the more audience, right? So he said that he's a Christian, God-loving, loves his wife, blah, blah, blah. Or he also saying that no girl can go without submitting to him. Like he gets all the girls and it's okay. So his narrative pitch, it's a bit confusing.
Anti-Christian. And he doesn't believe anything in the Bible, because if he does, he wouldn't be acting like that every day. He does, though, believe in chasing the money. And he says he adds value into people's life. What? I don't necessarily believe that to be true. There is no content creator that works with Anton that has blew up.
And that's another way of making money. By selling yourself to your audience, telling them to pay you a fee to speak and to help them blow up. But he doesn't really help anybody, does he now?
There's nobody, especially a female, that deals with Anton that doesn't leave his platform in some sort of scandal or feeling being used. I haven't seen it. I mean, press 1 if you know of any female that has worked with Anton and her career has went boop, sky high.
And it's funny that some of the girls, I guess, buy his pitch, meet up with him, get together with him. Some of them are suspected that they've been sleeping with him. So in that way, it's working. He's hooking up with a lot of chicks, telling them he's going to help them blow up on the internet.
But it's okay. We're here for the lies.
Got him!
Let's make it more upbeat in the video. So here's the interesting thing about this video. It's not important for me to review what Stephen A. Smith said. Stephen A. Smith, for the most part, doesn't have scandals on YouTube. He's not cheating on his wife or screwing people or doing buffoonish things. That would be Shannon Sharp.
Got him!
But Anton Daniels would continue his attack on the Black community. And I was quite sure he would make this mistake.
It's not Black people. It's the thing that we celebrate the most that ultimately is the thing that holds us back. The culture is toxic, and we push it and we promote it. And as long as we continue to believe that it's systematic things that's holding us back.
It's crazy because he pushes it. He doesn't sound like a good person, I should say.
And we'll never get to the place that we're supposed to be at.
Now, this is a talking point that he uses a lot. Been using it for about 4 or 5 years. And the statement or the idea here is Black culture is trash. Black culture is toxic. Now, this is something that we can't really get away from. There are certain elements of Black American life or Black American culture that are insidious. They are toxic. It is toxic. That's true. Culture is toxic, especially with Black men and Black women relations.
About 60% of African Americans is toxic.
We're seeing this situation going on in the Black church. So nobody can deny that the culture is toxic. But there's the problem. When you're an influencer that's now on the right, aka the conservatives, when you bring out the idea that the culture is toxic, you now have the responsibility of not participating in said toxic culture. Because number one, you are an influencer for the right. And so Black people, most likely on the left, or liberal Blacks, are the ones with the fundamental issue. Like they want DEI, they're lazy, they want reparations, they refuse to get up and work or better themselves. These are also other talking points that Anton Daniels would use on this particular show. But for shits and giggles today, we won't even talk about that. Let's talk about toxicity in Black America. Because Anton has the responsibility now to never be toxic. But does Anton Daniels do that?
I know the fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not talking about that funky either. She ain't nobody. I'm not talking about her, bro. I'll tell you the names of all of their relatives and shit, because I know.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the fuck you think you is?
You see, Anton says the culture is toxic, and then we see him being a part of the culture that is toxic. Literally, it is so interesting to see how hypocritical and how manipulative that Anton tries to be. He really wants to be a social engineer, but he can't get out of his own way. Now, for the Stephen A. Smith people who don't know him All they got to do is just put his name there in YouTube and they'll easily find out about who he is. You see, doxing people, threatening and expose people that had sex with somebody else, all of those traits, I'm pretty sure if Anton Daniels were to hear that about somebody else, he would say, those are N-words. He would never be able to give any reason that you should do that. He just wouldn't do it, right? It wouldn't make sense. But Anton indeed is a person who behaves like the toxic culture he complains about. It's almost like single mothers who complain about black men who do not have a father or who.
I think that Anton Daniel is just trying things out to see what stick. How big of an audience can he pull by talking bullshit? So if he notices that the right is going along with his whatever he's saying, then he's just going to push it forward.
Don't have masculine traits, but those women created part of the issue that they are now facing. This is the same thing about Anton. I don't disagree that we have problems in the black culture, but here is the opportunity for Anton Daniels to have what? Self-accountability. This is exactly what he should do. He should say, as a black conservative who wants to show black people the right way, I will not participate in the culture of toxicity. But Anton Daniels has no real solution. Anton Daniels just wants to be a part of the conversation and then try to be as polarizing as possible, continue to fake it till he makes it, continue to go to platform to platform to platform to grow, and just say anything that anybody wants to hear, kind of like a snake oil salesman or used car guy, something like that. This is the strategy that Anton Daniels uses all the time, but the problem is it doesn't work long term. Then he would talk about education, and this, Anton, was my favorite.
We want to always take the shortcut as a culture, and that's why I say that the culture is trash.
Anton Daniels would bring up a point about black education. He said, number one, we are just taking too many shortcuts, and it would be conducive of the black community to major in things that make sense, not like humanities, black studies, certain elements of communications. Shout out to all you communications majors out there. You guys really suck. But yeah, also those shortcuts, right? Exactly. You need to stop taking them. This is an important thing, Anton. I'm not going to lie. You really made a good point. But there's a problem. You see, somebody was able to send me Anton Daniels' LinkedIn. And I just looked at the last few jobs that he had. There is project management design developer, senior user interface or designer. He was managing websites with information technology services. He was a VP user experience expert. He was enhancing user experience translated through mobile, tablet, websites. I don't know if this is really STEM, Anton. This is not mathematics. It's not engineering. It's not science. And you don't have any college degree in any of this stuff because you didn't graduate college at all. So how are you telling somebody about what they should do when you didn't do it? And as far as shortcuts, come on, bro. As a content creator, nobody takes more shortcuts than you. You do make a lot of money on here, but it's basically because you've rigged the system. You put up about 300 reaction videos every month because you do shortcuts. You don't create your own content, like talking into the video and creating your own content. No, you'll just go live. You'll cut up your streams and put a whole bunch of videos up there. And then that's what? A shortcut. And if you put so many up there, you'll make a lot of money. That's what you do. If that's not a shortcut, I don't know what is. You sit up there in the corner, you do reactions all day. You really don't put any real commentary into your stuff because it takes hard work to do that. So if there's anybody who shortcuts and who is not in STEM, that's you. Now, for me, I had a biology degree. I went to medical school. But again, I'm not telling everybody to go into STEM like you are. You're just like the people that you're complaining about. And then my most favorite thing was this.
But everybody that works for me is black. And 80% of them are women. You see what I'm saying? Is it about your talking point or is it about what your life is like?
Right.
So I don't pay attention to it.
So he was talking to Stephen A. Smith about this whole situation of you got to live what you're talking about. He hires black women, and 100% of people that work for him are black, and 80% of them are women.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
Right. And what do you do with those women, Anton?
I got five there. Why I care about what a saying? I always got a bad chick with me. 100% of the time. I don't go out of town unless I got a bad chick with me. But he don't know that. He don't know that I do what the I want to do when I want to do it.
I mean, this guy is just so hilarious, bro. Like, I have no idea how I met this dude. I had no idea how I ever called him. I have no idea how I was ever even cordial to this guy. The guy is a complete, in my honest opinion, he's a complete social engineer. He's a 100% fraudulent. And people end up seeing it eventually, but he's not real. There is no way you can sit up there with all of the scandals that you have and with a straight face and embarrass yourself on Stephen A. Smith's platform. And it's sad because Stephen A. Smith and these guys don't know you, but really you make them look bad. Once they find out what kind of person you are, what you really do here on YouTube, I mean, you're going to start getting less opportunities because they're going to know that you come with a risk. And the stuff that you do is just insanely silly. I just don't get it. And I mean, I'm going to keep making videos about it because it's entertaining and it does make some money. But goddamn, bro, at what point do you stop this? Like, seriously, do you stop? You are making absolutely no sense. And it's like you're getting more delusional every day and every time. And I thought money was supposed to solve some of this. And in your case, it's making it a lot worse. So, guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi D Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. What did you do for all that you do? Subscribe to the bell. We're out.
Shout out to Anton Daniels. He is trying everything to make money off of his video views. So he's saying nonsense because I think the black YouTube enjoy it. Yeah, get a lot of girls. Yeah, that's right. And it's like, it's not healthy. It's not the right thing to say. And here we got O'Shea Du Jackson exposing him, just telling us what we should really be thinking about Anton Daniels and how fake he really is. I am trying to create content. It's a little difficult. Look at my TV getting hit by the sun. It looks great. With that said, today's Odechi's birthday. She is turning 41. God bless her heart. With that said, see you in the next video. Peace. I'm trying to set up my printer, man. This sucks. To avoid what? How to done. I'm trying to print. That video sucked. How to print. My question is the paper. Or my legs hurts. This sucks. Yes, I can see the video. Oh, no. Dollar bills keep on falling for me. Why is it not working?
¿Cómo fue? Pues no es que tengan un poco de vacaciones.
There you go.
Y cogen un poco de vacaciones.
This sucks. Okay, I sent a letter to my doctor that I need something for my job, my ex job, because I'm retired. And he said to give him 48 hours to respond. You know what? I'm going to be patient and just wait. And let's see if he responds. All right, this sucks. All right, let me look past the Anton Daniel video clip. Political reactions. Stephen A. Smith interviews. What's up with Will Smith?
Everybody's always like,
Yeah.
why don't you just get divorced?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's like quitting. I don't.
You know what's the problem with Will Smith? He makes relationship a non-starter. Like he takes away all hope that you making a lot of money, you being perfect, is gonna land you that hot chick. In this case, Jada Pinkett. So I think seeing how she just doesn't care about money, doesn't care about him, he needs to pack it up and learn to just move forward and get away from her. There's more than one girl in the world. This is not the hottest chick on earth. This is just one of the many. And it's a lesson for all of us. Don't get married. There's no need to get married. What you're really looking for is a friend, a best friend that understands that, yeah, we're not getting married. We're going to hang out if you want, but you're only hanging out with me. Ain't no sharing. That's a big problem. Being a cook is what it's called. I can't stand that. That hurts my stomach.
think there's any person that could embrace the best and the worst of me and be willing to hold space in the way that Will holds space for me and the way that I hold space for him. There's no greater mirror I could have than Will. I can't get around myself. Just like he can't get around himself with me. Would it be easier to go and find somebody else and have a more pleasing, more comfortable relationship? Maybe. But would that get me to the person that I really want to be?
Look at all the talking and feelings and bullshit I think all men should learn how to just step away, give people some room. You know, the man is the guy bringing in all the money. And if a girl is bringing in money, go ahead then. Take your money, keep it going, keep it moving. The worst case scenario is being stuck in a relationship and feeling like is what she says. Happiness comes from what she says and what she does. And I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So what's it been now? About 6 years since this clip went viral. Flashback.
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. Mm-hmm. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
I think all men should hear the speech that you are the prize. It doesn't hurt. Like, I'm going through a divorce right now. And I'm like, right, good luck finding the man of your dream. I ain't it. And I'm okay with that. This is the best case scenario. I'm actually happier that she's gone.
So we come into the red table. So I'm in the Jada position right now. So, you know, you during that time launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. Mm-hmm. It had been so long.
Mm-hmm. You're supposed to be feeling good with Will. Like, I'm sorry. I think Will needs to just drop it and move on and say, good luck, young lady. Good luck, ma'am. You know, there's love for you out there. I ain't it. And you know how many choices Will got? Oh, my God.
Since I felt good. Yeah. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with...
Why don't you help heal Will Smith and tell him to get out your face and keep it moving, sir? Keep it moving.
With my codependency.
So 6 years later, and she's still embarrassing Will Smith, going on these podcasts, talking all this crap, basically saying he doesn't satisfy her or please her. They don't live together. But she stays with him because he still sort of benefits her in a weird way, because she's just a selfish lunatic who only cares about herself. She continues to just give us this vivid image that Will Smith's a huge simp that takes all her shit and allows her to sleep with her son's best friend and basically just do what she wants and continue going on podcasts and embarrassing him. And a lot of us just want Will Smith to snap out of it, to just ditch this donut and go live your best life. And it seems he might actually be doing it. Take a look at this.
I think Will Smith has the opportunity to play a great example for all men. Just learn how to pick up your bags and keep it moving. That's it. You're not meant to be with somebody forever. I don't know who sold that dream. With me forever. That's such a lie. There is no such thing. Right. And well, let me mute the sound because I don't want to get banned. But Will Smith looking happy sucks. I want to see him with a girl every week. You know what? Like Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio is the smartest man on earth. He doesn't date anybody over the age of 25. He's been doing it for years.
Will Smith can get a woman 30 years younger with less mileage that no one knows. Jada won't be able to find another high caliber man that will take her old used ass seriously. This is the paradox older successful women must deal with. Their higher standards doom their relationship options.
Leonardo DiCaprio got to sit down with Will Smith and explain to him how life works. Period. You don't date anybody above the age of 25 because you don't have to. You got the money, the fame, the physique. He looks like a dude that everybody aspires to be. Not a fat, ugly dude, just a skinny, slim Barack Obama looking motherfucker.
Finally, Will Smith remembers he's Will fucking Smith, a handsome, rich, talented, famous man. The least of his problems should be a bald woman in love with her dead fuck boyfriend, living his best life in Angola. It's not shit on Tupac. It's not Tupac's fault that Jada's a pain in the ass that can't keep her mouth shut.
A lot of people, talk.
Jada is one of those hood girls that get passed around by the hood dudes, right? At the bottom of the bottom. All the poor guys living in their mom's house or in and out of jail. That's who Jada Smith get passed around to. All of those dudes. She's there. Make sure that they're doing good.
About my relationship with Pac and trying to figure that out, That was a huge loss in my life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What you say?
Because to figure that out.
This is the reason you don't marry a woman who is still in love with someone else.
That was a huge loss in my life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because he was one of those people that I expected to be here. And my upset is more anger.
And Jada's her only child. Her mother's an ex-crackhead, probably still a crackhead. And her daughter's a future hoe. Damn, Will Smith, man. They're doing a number on you, sir.
Because I feel that he left me. And I know that's not true. And it's a very selfish way to think about it. But I really did believe that he was going to be here for the long run.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it was beyond friendship for us, as far as just...
Tupac didn't get a chance to hit it. So she lost out.
It's really difficult to explain because the type of relationship we had, you only get that once in a lifetime.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that dude. And that was in the early days.
Jada Smith
Let me see what
is the worst thing to happen to Will in his entire life. Will is always happy whenever he's far from that bald-headed demon.
So are y'all living together?
It's just this beautiful connection. We will.
That bald-headed demon. That's correct, man. This is the worst thing that happens to every man out there. You know what? Just try to bang as many chicks as you can. That's the moral of the stories. At the end of the day, women don't know what women want. With that said, my name is Noel, battling a mess over here. Speaking my mind. See you on the next video. Peace.